Got to have a seat. Got to have a seat.
Have a seat, sir.
Sit down. That's my brother. Rowdy Nation TV, welcome back to the channel. Ohio man accused of killing the deputy denied bond as chaos disrupts packed courtroom, right? Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this story right here, but I'm about to tell you about it right now. A disturbance broke out in Ohio courtroom on Tuesday as Rodney Hinton Jr., the man accused of killing a Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy on May 2nd, a day after his son was fatally shot by Cincinnati police, appeared for a bond hearing. That's what we just witnessed in the beginning of this clip, right? That was that brother that you seen walking through the courtroom with his head held high. I mean, that brother didn't show no fear, and that's why you seen all those policemen inside that courtroom, right? And this is a very tragic story, man, but we're going to get into it, right? And I'm not condoning what happened to the police officer or anything like that. Don't get it wrong, because this is something different, right? Because the police officer that got unalived, he wasn't the police officer that unalived his son. So let's get it straight. We're just getting into it, and we're just going to talk about the story and about how this came to be, right? Now, so we're going to get into it, right? Now, people could be heard yelling in the courtroom, like we heard it, right? You heard it in the beginning of the clip. During the Tuesday testimony, during Tuesday morning hearing, though it's unclear what caused the disturbance, but I know what caused the disturbance, right? That was his brother. It was his brother that was on the outside. As you seen him walking by, he was talking to his brother. And his brother was like, I want to see my brother. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he was kind of causing a little disturbance out there in the courtroom because he was demanding to see his brother, right? His nephew had just been unalived by a police officer, and now his brother is accused of unaliving a police officer, right? Now, this whole case is very, very unfortunate, right? And we're trying to break it down. I had a conversation, guys. I had a conversation with my son. My son was like, and you know, he's older. He's not a teenager. He's a grown man. And he was like, Dad, I don't agree with what the father did behind his son. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to solve problems. And my son was telling me, you know, now that this father did that, you know, other people, you know, I mean, because this was a black, as you can see, a black man, unaliving the sheriff's deputy, and he goes, other people are going to get in their head that they got to get some get back. I told my son, bro, they've been getting get back for 400 years, bro. They've been getting get back for 400 years, man. I said, that's why I don't condone what this man did, but I understand it. I understand it. And I was trying to have this conversation with my son, right? My son's a good kid, man. And I'm like, you know, I understand it. He was like, but I don't agree with it. And we was going back and forth. And I even invited him to my channel. I swear. I invited my son to my channel. I said, well, let's talk about it. So leave a comment in my comment section and let me know what you think about this, man. Let me know what the people think. Because I told my son, man, we can sit up and we can talk about it, you know, man to man, you know, and I really, you know, heartfelt. I want to know how you feel about this. He goes, you know, two rights don't make a wrong. I said, I understand that, brother. I understand that, man. But time and time again, this happens in our community to where, you know, we show empathy, right? I show empathy. Like I told my son, I said, it's very unfortunate that the deputy that was unalive had nothing to do with the situation, right? He could have been one of the good ones. We don't know. But when you're in pain, hurt people, right? We heard that saying before, man. And this brother was hurt, man. His son, man, you took his son. They tried to say his son was in a stolen car, whatever the case may be, right? We have laws for that, man. That's not a death penalty case, man, if you steal a car. It's wrong, of course it is. And you could lose your life, you know, for the kids out there, man. This is an educational video. You lose your life out there taking another man's property that he's worked for. All, you know, he gets up every morning and he goes to work like I do, man. They'll take your life, kids. Do not do that, right? Now, in the process of this kid out here doing wrong, and we're going to admit to that, he was doing wrong. But is it a death sentence? When the police pulled up on this young brother, it took less than 6 seconds for them to unalive this young brother, man. And it happens every day in the community, right? It's not a death sentence. Take me to court. Take my son to court. If my son, thank God my son's not involved in that type of behavior. But for the people out there that may have a loved one that's doing this, that's in that behavior, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't merit a death sentence, right? And that's what I was trying to get across to my son, right? So, how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point? Let's take a look and see, okay? Okay, people, so let's go through it. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the video, the audio on this for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Frame by frame, though. Cincinnati police, they pull up to a car. 4 people are inside of the car. They jump out, right? They all run in 2 different directions. 2 officers chase 2 of the suspects, right? One of the officers chases the suspect into the woods. He yells to his partner. Another nearby suspect is running, right? Now, the officer's partner fires at the suspect. His body camera footage is shown next. Here's the body footage right now, live, right? Boom. Now, we looking at it together, right? One of the suspects later identified. Look at, they showing him on the ground. They fired 5 shots at this kid, right? He's on the ground. I don't see no gun pointed at them. Now, look. He's standing up. They say the officer's body cam is blurry, but the beige firearm recovered appears to be in Hinton's hand. I didn't see it. He's running away. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that part? That part. That part right there. Let's stop it, right? Now, they say they performed first aid after the shooting. He said the press conference May 2nd, police said Hinton pointing the gun at the police before the fatal shooting, right? But that's what they always say, right? If this kid had a gun, I didn't see it. Clearly, I didn't see it. And this all happened within 6 seconds, people. Now, I'm not trying to... The police have a hard job, right? And we're going to cut this video right here, man. There's nothing too much more to be said. You guys seen it, right? So we're going to stop it right here. Like I said, man, to all my youngins out there, man, this is an educational video, man. This is an educational video for you guys, man. You know, I got kids, man, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no young brother just trying to, you know, preach to the youngins, man. Because I know y'all on a different level right now. Y'all on a different level, man. But they looking for any reason, man, to take you out the game, man. You know, we know over here, we don't condone stealing people's cars. But at the same time, we know it doesn't merit a death sentence. That's what we have a judicial system for. That's what we have the courts for, right? You know what I mean? This brother didn't deserve to be unalived in that fashion like that within 6 seconds. I'm pretty sure if he would have known that this man, come on, man, this is a sad situation, right? Because now that brother's father came back, bent the corner and came back and ran his vehicle into an unsuspecting officer who had nothing to do, didn't know. I don't know if he knew anything about this case or not. He probably did because it just happened the day before. But he was directing traffic. So all I'm saying, bro, hurt people, and it's just, it's a fake. It's just, we all gonna suffer from it, right? Nobody wins. And nobody wins when it comes, I'm not sure if this is a case of racism. I'm not sure if this is a case of a stupidity. I'm not sure if this is a case of training on the cops' part. I'm not sure. I don't know what it is. But I know that if you're a police officer, bro, you can't shoot and kill every person that steals a car. You know what I mean? Look it up for yourself, people. You know how many cars are stolen in America? So if we start shooting and killing every person that stole a car, you know how many people will be dead? Will be unalived? It doesn't make sense, man. And I'm not trying to condone what this young kid did. It was wrong. It was very wrong. But for you to take this young man's life like that, guess what happened? It hurt that father. It hurt Rodney Hinton so bad that he was like, the first officer I see, I'm running him down. I don't care. That's how hurt people hurt people. And me and my son, like I told y'all before, he was like, I don't condone it, Dad. I was like, yeah, I don't condone it either, but I understand it. You know what I mean? Leave me a comment in my comment section and let me know if you understand it. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? When I told my son that I understand it, let me know if I'm wrong. Rowdy Nation TV, click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so anytime I drop a video, you guys can be notified. I'm out.